Hello everyone and welcome to Tinderloss Gaming and welcome to my continued playthrough of Season 1 of Final Girl. We have at the table today the Poltergeist at Creech Manor. Looking forward to playing this. So yeah, Season 1, playing them through in order. Last time we played Hands at Camp Happy Trail, so there'll be a link in the description below for you and at the end of this video for you to link on that one if you want to watch it. No spoilers on that. So let's get across to the table and see what's going on. Okay, here we are at the table using Season 2 playmats, which are really good, and we've got a bit of setup to do before we start playing the game. So let's take it in order. We'll start off with the Poltergeist. We've got our handy little rule set here that comes with each of them. There's a bit of stuff to go through. We're going to follow it through in order. So it says special setup. Set up the game as normal with the following changes to the item decks when playing the Poltergeist. The Caroline and Mr. Floppy item cards will always be included in the game, but neither will ever start the game face up on an item deck. Create the item decks as follows, or you can use your own method, but we're going to use their method. So point 1. Take 10 of the chosen location items instead of the normal 12. So let's give these a shuffle. This is not a training video. This is not a tutorial on how to play Final Girl. In probably fact the opposite. Watch what I do and do the exact opposite, and then you'll probably win the game. So we're going to take 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll put the rest to one side. Set aside an item card for each item deck that will be needed. Well, there are 3 as per usual: garage, attic and closet. So we'll put 3, 1, 2, 3 to one side. Take the remaining cards and shuffle them together with Caroline and the Mr. Floppy cards. So grab these. Let's look at them and see what they do. Caroline, it says, but Mr. Floppy said to hide. One hand to hold her hand. And it says, when Caroline joins you, remove all minor dark power cards from the game. You must escape with Caroline to win the game. I'll come on to that in a bit more detail in a second. Caroline cannot be killed or discarded for any reason. You cannot place her in your backpack. And Mr. Floppy, her little toy, again takes one hand to hold. And it just says that looks like Caroline's doll. And it says here, if the dark power has been revealed, you may remove this from the game to ignore the effects of Caroline, where are you? If this card is discarded for any reason, shuffle it into the nearest item deck. So we're going to put those in here somewhere. And then we'll give them a good old shuffle. And we'll do a cat weasel cut. Take the remaining item cards and yeah, done that. Deal the cards face down in equal piles and place them in the slots above the board. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We'll do that in a second. Take the item cards you've set aside and place one of them on each of the piles. So this one's going to be the garage, which is going to be a padlock to keep something out, to keep something in or out. Place the padlock between any 2 rooms. Only you and victims moving with you may move through the padlock. If an enemy attacks you while in a room adjacent to the padlock, ignore the attack and remove the padlock token instead. Put that in the garage. Next one is the attic, which is map. Looks like some sort of instructions for a moving company. Discard during the action phase, and then for each item deck, do the following. If the top card is face down, you may turn it face up. If the top card is face up, you may discard it from the game and turn the next card face up. And that's in the attic. And then the final one in the closet is a list of things in the. The question is, will any of this help me? Immediately roll a dice. 1 to 2 garage, 3 to 4 closet, 5 to 6 attic. Reveal all of the item cards in the associated item deck, keeping their order the same. Then discard this card. Oh, that is really useful when that's in the closet. Okay, so we'll put these up where they should be. That was the attic. Oops, sorry. And this was the garage. Ugh, got no nails. Special rules. So it says, actually finishing off the item bit, it says, when finished, Caroline and Mr. Floppy should be hidden within the location item decks, which they are. Special rules. The poltergeist has no health and cannot be attacked, damaged or killed. Ignore any effects that would damage the poltergeist. Note, action cards that inflict damage may still be useful against some of the poltergeist's terror cards. So no health track, can't kill it. Since the poltergeist cannot be attacked, you do not win against her in the normal way. Instead, the only way to win against the poltergeist is to find Caroline and save her by reaching one of the exits down here when she's with you. So we've got to find Caroline somewhere within those items, and we've got to get her out to one of these 3 exit spaces down at the bottom. If the forgetting something epic dark power card is revealed, no, we're not playing with that. I made the mistake with hands of keeping the epic dark power in. We're not playing that. That's for people that really know how to play Final Girl, and I'm not quite there yet. We will play with those, but not quite at the moment. Caroline can never be discarded or removed from the game, and any game effect doing so should be ignored. However, Caroline may get shuffled back into the item deck, which is perfectly normal. And then finally, Mr. Floppy has an effect that can be used if discarded, but that cannot be used until the dark power is revealed. Mr. Floppy can never be discarded due to the game effect before the dark power is revealed, or if the forgetting something epic dark power is in play. So there we go. That's the poltergeist bit nearly set up. So we've got the cards as per normal to get through. Let's just give these a shuffle, and we'll take that one. So that goes there like that. Those can go off to one side. And then the dark power is that one. We can put that there like that. All good. I love the way this art matches up. Let's move up a little bit. There we go. We're good. Okay. Special rules for Creech Manor. Creech Manor is a house, effectively. And the 3 exit spaces are all along the bottom here. We've got search rooms as normal, the garage, the attic and the closet. But let's go through some special rules. We've got one-way movement spaces here, here and here. Effectively what it says, you can only go one way, and for these ones on the right hand side, it's out down a little rope ladder, tire ladder sort of thing, tire swing. You can only go one way, you can't go back up. The same here with the washroom, you can only come down into it, you can't go back up. So you can come down here, etc. You've got a ladder here, this is 2-way. You can come up and down that. Window spaces are there where you're going to come out, as we've said, and we're all good. So that's Creech Manor. What's going on with my cards here? My elbows are getting in the way. Okay, let's get the terror deck sorted out. Give those a good old shuffle. And we'll do a cat weasel cut. And then we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The rest can go off to one side, and we'll put our terror deck on our mat. That's that. We are playing with Alice, who needs 6 victims to turn into her uber side. She's got 4 health. She can regain health, she can gain time, she can get space, she can move spaces, etc. Her uber power is that she chooses one named action card, and for the remainder of the game, whenever you play that card, that named card, you always roll 5 dice, regardless of the horror level or any other modifiers. That's really good. And then for each additional victim saved, she recovers health. She has 4 health. We've got our tokens down here. We'll give those a bit of a mix up. And then we'll take that one there, put that there. Put the rest of these out of the game. Really doesn't help when you've got no nails. There we go. Okay, setup. Let's go here. Give these a oh, no, there we go. We've dropped a card when shuffling. Always happens. And we'll take this one, which is the dead zone. So we start, we've got our little mini for Alice here. I'll use the minis. Alice starts in the top, and the poltergeist starts in the washroom. We are going to put 2 victims here. We're going to put 2 in the closet. We're going to put 1 in that window space there. We're going to put 1 here. We're going to put 1 here. We are going to put 1 here. And then we're going to put 2 down in the ballroom. There we go. Okay, that's dead zone sorted out. And then finally, before we start playing, we're going to shuffle up our event deck. And we're going to do a cat weasel cut there. And this is going to be our first event. And we are going to get Frozen in Fear. The only thing I could do, the only thing I could move was my eyeballs. It was terrifying. Victims will no longer panic during the panic phase. Okay, interesting. Right. Okay, there we go. We're all good. Let's get sorted out. Let's get comfy. We've got our 0 cost cards here. Now, getting to the closet seems like a thing. 1, 2, 3 to get to the closet. We want to get a list of the things in because we can basically choose an item while we roll and see which one we get. So that's going to be our main focus to start off with. So first things first, aka some of the streamings I've seen, let's play a focus. Let's try and get the horror track down a little bit. 2 dice. Here we go. How's this game going to play today? Oh, it's going to play medium. It's going to play medium, so we can discard 2 cards. Okay. Do we or don't we? I think we do. We're going to spend our weak attack and we're going to spend our short rest on converting one of those to a success, which means we do lose the time, but we do drop the horror track by 1. Next thing to do is play a walk. Let's try another couple of dice. Those weren't quite warmed up. Put those there. Come on. Let's get these warmed up. Very warm. We rolled a 1 and a 2. Okay. We rolled a 1 and a 2, but the walker's got lose a health, and lose 2 time to move 1 space. Ugh. Or just lose 2 time. Well, this game is all about, this one is all about movement. So I'm going to move for 1, taking me down to there. And lose a health. And oops, lose 2 time. Down to 3. And we will call it there. We will call it there. So I've got 3 to spend. We're going to take a sprint for 2, and we're going to take a close call for 1. That's our 3. That's our 3. Our 0 cost cards are going to go back into the card pile, whatever we want to call it. We're going to reset to 6. We're going to activate the Poltergeist, who has currently got, oops, it should start there, a move of 2. Well, she can't go up, but she can go 1, 2. And she will kill this victim, putting it up to 1. The horror track goes up by 1. Yes, you can come down that space. So that's that. Terror card is, the shadows are closing in. If there are no victims on the board, blah, 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 we lose 2 horror. 1, 2, so up to 5. And she will go towards victims. She's going to move. She's going to go here. And she's going to kill this victim, which moves this up to her dark power already. Wow. Invisible barrier. You may not enter an exit space with Caroline unless you have full health. Oh dear. That's all right. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I'll sort of take that. I'm a bit like Rob's gaming table here. Shout out to Rob. I'm not a fan of these symbols in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, if you want to watch Rob on Rob's gaming table YouTube channel, he plays a lot of games. Plays a lot of has played a lot of Final Girl. Right. Okay. We've got our cards. We've done. Oops, there's Daisy. We've done the planning phase. We've done the killer phase. There's no panic phase. Upkeep phase. We're back to the action phase. Quite a quick turn, I think. I think I'm just going to sprint this turn. We're going to sprint 2 dice. And we've got the success we need. I'm not spending another card to move 3 spaces. We don't need to. I'm just going to go 1, 2 into there. We'll stand on the victims. That cost me a time. And I think I'm going to leave it there. I think I'm going to leave it there. Or do I focus? I'm going to lose a time. I'm going to have 4 to spend. I need a search, which is 2. These are going to come back. We've got another terror phase to go through, so I think I am going to focus. Just to try and keep on top of the horror. Oh, boom, we get 2 successes. Lovely. So that goes down by 1, and we get 2 time. 1, 2. And I think that is it. That is it for the turn. So we've got 7 to spend. Definitely need a search for 2. 1, 2. Going to take a sprint for 2. 1, 2, down to 3. And I'm going to take a distraction for the final 3. Yeah, let's do that. So we've got those. We got our 0 cost cards back. And focus and sprint comes back into play. We need to make sure how many cards we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got 9 cards. We're back up to 6. We're back up to 6. We're going to resolve the killer phase, who's got a move of 2. So she's going to come down here, 1, 2 to there. We're going to draw our terror card. I hear voices. All victims able to do so, all victims able to move up to the next floor do so. Well, these can't move because they can't move into the space where there's a killer. But those 2 do move up to the attic because they're able to do so. And this one can't. Yeah, the rest of them stay there because they're not adjacent to something that's going to take them up. And I think they only move 1. And then the killer is going to move and kill. So she's going to move into there and she's going to kill. That goes up by 1. Okay. Panic phase. Now, normally this victim would panic, but we've got frozen in fear in play. So she's just going to move her eyeballs for some reason or other. And then we go to the upkeep phase. We're all good. We then come back to the action phase. Well, first thing we're going to do let's have a look. Boom, 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 boom. Search, I think. Got a focus and got a distraction. Or do I? What I'm thinking here, because we're at 4. We're going to play a distraction first of all. Rolling 2 dice. I am going to play a close call and a weak attack to turn that into a success. So we've got 2 successes, which means we drop the horror trap by 2 and we gain 2 time. So we're up to 8. That's good. Then we're going to play a focus. And we get 2 successes again. Drops it by 1 and we get 2 time, up to 10. Awesome. That was the right move, MB. That was the right move. Now we're going to play the search card, rolling 3 dice. Needing 2 successes. And we get 2 successes. And we get 2 successes. So it says, lose the time, first of all. Let's do that. Take the top 2 item cards in your space and choose one. So we're in the closet. We're definitely in the closet. We're going to take the list of things and the top one, which is a trash can lid. Choose one. Well, we're gonna, that's no good to us really, but I mean, it's pretty good, but we're gonna take the list of things, place the other on the top face up or underneath face down. No, we're gonna place it face down. So we know the bottom card on this item deck is a trash can lid. That's the search done. So we've got this in our backpack, which we're immediately, I think, going to use. Well, it says it anyway. Immediately roll a die. So let's roll our dice. We've got a 5, which is the attic. Reveal all of the item cards in the associated item deck, keeping their order the same. Then discard this card. So that was definitely 5, which is the attic, which is this pile here. Oh. That's discarded. Put that over there. And this is the order. So that's the top one. And then we've got ancient text. We've got mysterious pills. And we've got candle. So that helps us because we know that Caroline nor Mr. Floppy is in the attic. So we don't need to worry about the attic. So it's only the garage and the closet that we need to worry about. So that's the order in which they came out. And then we'll put that back there. And we know so the bottom card is, there's 2 cards left in there that we need to search really, just to clear this, feels like a bit of game of Cluedo, to clear this item deck. But I haven't got another search card, unfortunately. And I don't really want to move away from the closet now. I want to sort of stay where I am, and I've got walk, sprint. I'm not going to use, but I am going to, bearing in mind we've got the invisible barrier card, I am going to try a short rest. 3 dice. Trying to get our health back. Oh bugger, where was that? I think. That was there. I think. Where was that? Hate it when that happens. Hate it when that happens. Let's leave it there. I think it was there because it couldn't go up. Right. So we've got 1 success, which is really all we need because we can't overheal. So there's no point in spending 2 cards to change one of those. We will get, so we're now back to maximum health of 4. We do lose the time for that, but that's good. That's good. That's a short rest done. So we've got sprint, walk left, and we've got 8 to spend. And I think I'm going to leave it there. I think I'm going to leave it there. Okay. Purchase action cards. Definitely want a search for 2. 1, 2. Definitely. Ooh. I think we definitely want another distraction. 1, 2, 3. And this time round, for the final 3, I'm going to take an improvise, which means 3s and 4s are successes as well. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Those are our cards. We put these back into play. That's a search. That's a distraction. Close call, and then 0 cost. Okay. We're good. We're good. Reset to 6. Killer phase. Doesn't need to move. She's going to just Sonia. Which means our goes up 2. Don't think I'm going to be saving many victims in this game. And then we got a terror card, which is, that goes up by 1. Place the poltergeist with the closest victim, or in a space if there are no victims, or in your space if there are no victims. The closest victim is this one here. And then she's going to slot it, which goes up there. So she's now moving for 3, hitting for 2. Panic phase, we don't need to worry. There are no victims or hardly any victims in play. And they wouldn't be panicking anyway because they're frozen in fear. Upkeep phase, we're all good. Action phase. Oh dear, oh dear. I think first of all, I'm going to play an improvise. 2 dice, unfortunately. Needing 1 success. We get 1 success. That's all we need, I think. I think that's all we need. For the next horror roll only, all 3s and 4s are successes. Now we've got a choice of distraction or search. This particular game is all about searching. So I'm going to play a search. Only rolling 2 dice, but 3s and 4s are successes. Seriously. That's a 2, but we lose the time. But we do get to take a look at the top card of our space, knowing that the bottom card is a trash can. So what we got? We've got an old revolver. Take the top item of your space. Okay, so we've got that in our hand. 1 cost, or 1 hit, 1-handed. The old revolver may only modify the weak attack card. Okay, that's not better than nothing. I'm still going to stay where I am. And I think the final action for this turn is a distraction. 2 successes would be lovely. We get the 1 success, which means we get a time and we drop horror by 1. Now I've got a sprint, a walk and a walk, which I'm not going to use. I need to just find out what that last card is. I just need to know on an item card, what that little item card means. Bear with. Oh, it's range. That's range. It's got a range of 1. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, that's it for our turn. Purchase action costs cards. We've got six to spend. Well, definitely 2 on a search. I think 3 on another distraction. And then the final 1 on a close call. We get these 0 cost cards back. Get those. That gets reset to 6. And we get a distraction, a search, and an improvise back. How many cards have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. 10 cards. Okay. Killer phase. It's going to move for 3. One, 2, 3. She's in the closet. She's going to attack. First of all, is going to be a victim for 1. We're all in the closet. That goes up by 1. Terror card. Oh my god, the shadows are closing in. 2 horror. 1, 2. She's going to move and attack a victim and kill, but she's just not going to move. She's going to kill that victim there, which moves that up, which moves the track up to 6. So I'm currently hanging out with the poltergeist in the closet. Excellent. Panic phase, no victims to panic. Upkeep phase, we're not quite at the finale yet. And back to the action phase. Right, okay. Ugh. I think first things first, we've got to search to see what that last item is. To see what that last item is, let's get 2 dice. Just need. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Oh. Okay. I'll lose 2 time. 1, 2. To do a close call. Reroll roll old dice. Let's get rid of those. Let's use those. Okay. No successes, but I can discard 2 cards. There's discard a short rest and a weak attack to turn that into a success, which means we can reveal or take the top card of your space, and I'd lose a time for that down to 3. Take the top item. We know that's the trash can. Mr. Floppy. Mr. Floppy. So we now know that Caroline is in the garage. Caroline is in the garage. So we need to peg it to the garage. So let's use a sprint. Let's use a sprint. Two dice. Success and discard 2 cards. I'm discard 2 focus. Ugh. I'm going to discard 2 focus. I'm going to discard 2 focus to make that a success. Move up to 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. That's correct. 1, 2, 3. That's good. That's the sprint used. I lost the time for that. And I'm going to call it there. I'm going to keep my 2 walks and my distraction. Or do I? Do I go for the distraction? I'm going to go for the distraction. I'm going to go for it. 2 successes. Come on. Got a sprint. I haven't got a walk coming back, but I would gain 2 time. Yep. Discard 2 cards, turn that into a success. Gain 2 time up to 5. Drop that by 2. 1, 2. That might be a misplay, that. That might be a misplay. But hey, hey. We'll see. No cards in hand, we'll call it there. Purchase any action cards. We've got 5 to spend. 2 straight away on a sprint. On a sprint, sorry. 1, 2, 3. Can't quite get there. And I think I'm going to spend 3 on a distraction. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Oops, bloody hell, I'm moving the wrong bloody model. I'm moving the Poltergeist. That's me. All right, okay, so we've got our cards in hand. Reset the time to 6. Put these cards back. So this is my hand. We've got a distraction, we've got a walk, 0, we've got a sprint, 0, 0, we've got a search, 0, 0, and we've got a close call. So we've got a fair amount of cards coming back. It's going to be a fairly short turn. I found in this game actually that there are sort of peaks and troughs. I've only got 2. Last turn I had like 10 cards, now I've got 2. But we've done a fair amount. We've cleared, we know both these item decks are done. We know where Caroline is. We're on full health. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. We've done that. Resolve the killer action. Moving 4. 1, 2, 3. And killing that, which moves that up to there. Now, I think when it gets to there, you flip this card, I think. Bear with me. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. There is a nice, handy little bloodlust. 20 and 29. Okay, nothing on there. 29. Bloodlust. Killer will get stronger as the game goes on and more victims perish. This is represented by the bloodlust track on the killer board. Each time a victim is killed, and any time you see a bloodlust icon, it means it must be increased by 1. Apply any special effects on the new row and take the note of the new killer's movement and attack values. If the bloodlust reaches the maximum for the rest of the game, it will trigger. Right, quick pause there. No, you don't. This card only gets flipped when you've done all the terror cards there. So we're about to do terror. I've just altered, we've got dead, we've got 8 dead. So I've just altered my dead as well. So terror card, let's see what we get. The ground is shaking. Place the poltergeist in your space. Boom. Attacks. For 4. If you take any damage, all of your moves during the next action phase are panicked. So, right, okay. So we're going to take 4 damage. 1, 2, 3. And let's flip this. We do have 1 health remaining. I think that's how it works. Let's have a look. Attacking the final girl. If you, the final girl, are the target and the killer is in your space, their attack automatically damages you unless you defend with a reaction card. I've got no defense. Lose 1 health marker for each point of damage. If damage is being applied and your black final girl health token remains, reveal it to see if you're dead or not. If there is, so that's fine. We're not dead. Final health token, page 28. Final health token. Whenever either of them takes damage, normal health markers are removed equal to the amount of damage. When no normal health markers are left and there remains damage to be applied, there is 1 damage to be applied, their black health token is revealed. If the black final health token is blank, they're dead and the game over. If the token isn't blank, however, they come back to life in classic horror movie fashion. Replace the black final health token with a white final health token based on how much health was showing. Okay, bear with me. Okay, we've done that. We've got our health and it says based on how much health we've done. Then remove the black health token from the game. When someone comes back to life, the current phase immediately ends and play continues to the next phase. If their health is fully depleted the second time and their white final health token is removed, there is no coming back from the dead. Can you heal? $14. Some action cards allow you to heal and recover health. Recover 1 health marker per up to the maximum health. I think you can heal. Right, so the killer phase ends. We don't draw a terror card, which is great. We're dead, but we don't draw a terror card. If you take any damage, all of your moves during the next action phase are panicked. Oh, that's annoying. Right, so we go on to the panic phase. We don't need to worry about that. We go on to the upkeep phase. We don't need to worry about that. We then go on to the hero, the action phase. Got to get away from the poltergeist, and I've got to sprint. Got to sprint. Now we roll 2 dice as normal, and because we're on this one, we now roll an additional dice. Bit of an adrenaline rush coming in. Let's see what we get first of all. We get 2 successes. We're going to move up to 3 spaces, but we are panicking as we do it. So the first move is going to be 1, which means we go back there. Our second move is 5. We go up 2. Third move is 6. We've gone back to the closet. Okay, that's our sprint done. I'm going to keep the distraction. Oh, actually, do I? Bugger it. I'm going to roll 3 dice. 3 dice. Oh my goodness. We get 1 success, which means we gain a time and we reduce horror by 1. Okay. Planning phase. Purchase cards. I've got 7 to purchase. I'm going to spend 2 on a guard, 2 on a sprint, and then 3 on a distraction. We get those cards back. We get those 3. We put the distraction back and we put the sprint back. That goes back up to 6. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cards in hand. Well, actually, bear with me for a second. Right, before we move on, I'm going to just hot tub time machine for a minute, because I bought these 3 cards. We had 6 to spend. I've checked. When you're on your final health token, you can heal. So actually, I'm gonna keep the guard, and I'm gonna discard. I'm not gonna buy the sprint or the distraction. But I am going to spend 5 on a long rest. Boom. That's the planning phase done. Killer phase. Move to now. Targeting. So she's going to target the closest, which is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So she's going to move to me and she's going to try and do 4 damage. I've got my guard, which I'm going to play. I'm rolling 3 dice. And I do need 2 successes here. I do need 2 successes. And I roll 3 blanks. Which means I'm dead. Because I can reduce it by 1. She's doing 3 damage. I'm only on 1. Oh man, that was close. I thought I was nearly there. Just needed to survive that attack. Had enough cards to discard cards if I'd rolled sort of like that and that, or I would have discarded cards to ignore all the damage. Next turn on a long rest, and then I'll start walking and pegging it towards the garage. But we didn't manage to do that, unfortunately. Poltergeist took us out. Where was Caroline? So that was the top card. Our search would have been, there we go. Caroline would have been the one down. There we go. That's final go. I will win a game. I will actually win a game at some point in the future. Keep watching. Where, you know, of the season 1 villains, if you put in the comments below, which I've done hands now, I've done the Poltergeist. Who have we got left? I can't see it from here. I think we've got, oh, hang on. We've got 3 villains left. 3 villains left in the season 1. If we're playing them as a straight playthrough. Let me know if you think I'm going to win any of them. Anyway, that's it for me. That's Tinderlost Gaming, all done on the Poltergeist. I thought I played it a bit better. But there we go. I'm going to go and cry into my coffee. And I'll see you on the next one. Ta-da for now.